Okay, we're just going to work into your hips just a little bit. Lifting up your right leg, bend your right knee, and just bring your hands around the top of the shin. Think about your toes, what's happening with your feet. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, bring your right knee towards your right armpit. Good, and then keeping the left hand on that shin, draw the right arm to the side, just twist it across your body. Notice that twist. Where do you feel it? Might not be in the back, be glute, chest as well. Lifting yourself all the way back up to the top. Switch your legs, bend the left knee, give it just an initial squeeze in to feel the hip. Good, and then keep the right hand on the left shin. Move the shin across your body, the leg across your body to the opposite side. Good stuff. Come all the way back up to the top. Bring both your knees towards your chest, give yourself a squeeze, and then drop the feet onto the floor. And you're going to bring the right outside of the foot onto the top of the left thigh. Bring the hand or the right hand underneath, and then just see if you can then bring the left hand on top of the shin or behind the back of the knee. So we're just going to work into your right buttock, glute, hip area. As you draw it down, maybe you want to draw the right elbow to the inside of the right leg. Good. Releasing, switching it up. And as you draw it down, maybe move it about, maybe just think about your toes as well when you're in this position. Breathe. Good stuff. Bring both your feet onto the floor. Okay, let your legs stretch out towards the front. And then if you can, reach for your belt. If you need your belt. You might not need a belt, but if you find that you've got quite tight hamstrings, belts are great. Otherwise, you're then going to lift your right leg all the way up towards the sky and either take hold of your big toe with your first two fingers or use the belt and just use one hand on that belt perhaps. Keep the left hand on the left hip. And as you lift the leg up, notice how that feels down the hamstring. That's it. Push the heel forwards towards the top of the pod to get a deeper opening and your toes backwards. Good. Now we're just going to start to open the leg out slightly to the right. Just come to a point where you feel that's good without the left hip starting to lift up. And at first this feels pretty weird, but you got this. Good. And now we're going to lift yourself all the way back up to the top. Switch either the hand or the belt. And then we'll just take it across the other way. And again, it's a bit of a spine opener, but it's also feeling down the outside edge of the right leg as well. Notice it, feel it, breathe into it. Good. Coming all the way back up to the top. Release the leg. And just let the legs stretch out towards the front first. Just pause and notice that sensation and change up of that leg. Good. When you're ready, start to lift the left leg up. Bring the first two fingers around the big toe or hook the belt. And it's that fine point of actually, where do you feel too much? If you're open, good. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can start to take the left leg across to the left side. And as you do that, notice the point, and if the right hip starts to lift up, then maybe just pause where you're at with the left leg. Good. Nice team. Lifting yourself all the way back up to the top. Switch the hand, but keep the same leg. And draw the left arm to the side, and then notice how as you bring it across, it's like the outside edge of the left leg. Keep flexing the right toes. Imagine you're pushing into the floor. Breathe. Lifting yourself all the way back up to the top. And again, just going to release the leg and just appreciate a shift in feeling, maybe some tingles. Bring your knees towards your chest, give yourself a bit of a squeeze. Now, taking your right leg, you're going to wrap it over the top of the left leg and see if you can hook the foot under the calf. Good. Then bring your left arm and hook it around the right arm. This is called eagle core work. Good. Lifting your head and your chest up. You want to keep your knees a little bit further away towards your hips, over your hips. Then start to pulse towards your knees with your elbows for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe. 8, 9, 10. We'll go the other way. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then release yourself. Bring your knees towards your chest, unwrap yourself, give yourself a squeeze. Good. Have a little rock from right to left. Then taking the hands to the backs of the knees, you're going to rock and roll yourself forwards and backwards. And then come and lift yourself up onto your bottom. And let's do a little bit of a boat pose, okay? So you can either be here, low, release your hands. If you want to go a little bit higher, lift the legs, and even higher than that, even higher than that. Hover yourself down 2 or 3 inches above the mat, then lift up. Breathe in, come down. Breathe out, lift up. And if you squeeze your legs together, it makes it even a bit harder. So really come down, squeeze your legs and lift up. One more, come all the way down. Lift yourself up. Bring the soles of the feet together and just fold and pause. Rock a little bit. Good. Then sit yourself up. Cross your legs, press your hands to the floor, walk, step or hop your feet to the back, and slowly hover yourself all the way down onto the mat. Just pause there as you bring your left ear onto the mat and bring your arms beside you. Good. Start to push yourself back into a child's pose. Great stuff. Okay, so starting to lift yourself up into a down-facing dog. Curl the toes. Lift yourself up. Good. Okay, we're going to work into a little pigeon now. So lift up your right leg nice and high. Bend the knee and roll the hip open. And then bring your right knee all the way behind the right wrist. And then bring the shin onto the mat. And you can get it to like 45 degrees. It's quite a good shout. But it really depends on how your hip feels. Then lift your chest up nice and high. And then float yourself forwards and then down. You can come onto your forearms. You can come onto your hands. Just exploring what the sensation is you're feeling in the right hip. Good. Taking your time, you're going to lift yourself all the way up. And as you lift up, drop onto the right hip. and then thread the left leg all the way in front of you. Then you're going to place the left leg out in front and the right sole of the foot to the inside of the leg. Draw that hip back into the socket a little bit as you lift your arms up nice and tall, and then bring your hands towards your foot. So breathe in, lift the chest up, and then as you breathe out, fold yourself over your left leg. Good. Trying to work the right shoulder down a bit. Good. Lifting yourself all the way back up. Going to bring that the foot in so you can cross your legs. Bring the hands to the floor, uncross your legs, walk, step, hop yourself back into a down dog. Let's do a little vinyasa. So breathe in, come into a plank position. As you breathe out, hover down. Inhale as you lift the chest up, come onto the tops of the feet, and then breathe out, lift the bottom all the way back up. Good. Other side, lifting up your left leg nice and high. Bend the knee, roll the hip open, and then bring the left knee behind the left wrist. Drop the shin onto the floor, let yourself come down onto the mat. Do some wiggling, some shifting with the hips. Breathe in as you lift the chest, and then lead with your chest as you come forwards and then down, and notice the length, how each little movement brings about a sensation in your hip. Focus on it and breathe into it. Taking your time, you're going to lift yourself up by walking your hands back. As you lift up, drop the weight onto your left leg, thread the right leg forward, stretch it out. So lift tall, lift through the torso, lift the hands up, draw your chin in a little bit, and then draw your hands towards the foot. Good. So breathe in, lift the chest up, and then when you breathe out, draw your chest forwards and then down. Go again, breathe in, lift the chest, and then breathe out and fold. So working the chest forwards and then down. Okay? Good. Slowly starting to lift yourself all the way back up. And appreciate the release as well when you hit the top. Good. Bring both your legs out towards the front. Stretch them out. Flex the toes towards your face and breathe in and lift the chest. Breathe out and fold. Do a couple more, but keep the focus on all of those little bits that you can feel. Good. Okay. Releasing, and just let your arms release beside your legs. Let your head draw down towards your shins. Taking your time, you're going to roll yourself up to a seated position. Press the feet onto the floor, and then just roll yourself all the way down. Bringing your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a little bit of a squeeze, a hug. Good, and then from here, just do any final little bits you might like to do. Otherwise, just come and lie onto your back. Preparing yourself just for the last little chilling bit. where we're just going to completely relax for the next 5 minutes and just absorb all of that goodness we've just done